Okay, here we go. Okay, it says Kennedy. Oh, this is the Unit 9 test review. We've gone through and done up 5, and now we're to 6. Okay, Kennedy's beach ball needs to be aired up. How much air will her ball hold in cubic inches? That's your hint that you're going to deal with volume. Okay, and you will use your book to look and find your formula. Beach ball is going to be, you're going to do volume, it's a sphere, so it's 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay. Now, the weird thing about this is we know the diameter, we need the radius. The diameter is 10 inches, so you have to divide by 2 and get your 5 inches for your radius. And that's all you need, actually, for this one. So you have your 4/3. Pi is 3.14 times 5 cubed. So we're going to put it in our calculator. Alpha 4/3 times 3.14 times, sorry you can't see that, 5 cubed. And you get B equals 0.3, repeating, and it's going to be inches cubed. Done. Alright, Jessie wants to design a box for a new candy bar. She buys the sheets of cardboard that are 1,000 centimeters. How many boxes can she make out of one sheet? So it's how many of these, and we're doing surface area, can we make out of 1,000? So it's a two-step problem. Okay, so you would first have to find surface area, which is pH plus 2b. That's in your formula chart. Now, come over here, perimeter, big B, height. Draw your base. You should highlight your base, which is the triangle. Now, realize that these little hashing marks mean that that's the same distance. So, if this distance is 5, this distance is 5, this is 8, and then the height is 3. So, perimeter, you add around the sides. So it's 5 plus 5 plus 8. And so you get 18. Alright. Area of the base. You would do base times height divided by 2. So 8 times 3 divided by 2. This is big B for that particular figure. So that's 24 divided by 2, which is 12. Now, height, you have to go back to the original figure, and it's how far it is from base to base, which is 12 again. So now we can plug all our information in. P is 18 times 12 plus 2 times 12. Okay? Plug that into our type that into our calculator. 18 times 12 plus 2 times 12. Okay, so 240 for the surface area. Now, that is going to be centimeters cubed, but I'm not done. That's my surface area, but how many complete boxes can I make? So, this is what I have, so I'm going to have to divide 1,000, because that's how much cardboard I have, by 240. Okay, so I get 4.1. Okay, think about this. How many complete boxes? Is this a complete box? No, it's a part of a box. So you have to go here, and it is 4 boxes. You have to go to the whole number. So you would get that, but it's 4 complete boxes, that is your actual answer. Now, you would have a little extra left over. Keep that in mind. But you have to round down. Now it says, Reagan has a building, a house, in the shape of a rectangular prism. So, there's my rectangular prism. The bottom and top are made of wood. The sides are hard plastic. The dimensions of the birdhouse are 12. Oh, this is supposed to be, I forgot to tell you, this should be 10. 10.2 feet. Oh, excuse me. Oh, no. Here we go. Alright, pay attention to this. I apologize. 1.2 feet. And look, this is inches and this is inches. So, before we do anything, we need to times 1.2 times inches. So, 1.2 times 12 inches, because that's how many inches are in a foot, and you get 14.4. So, this is how it works on the test, is they have one that's just off dimension. So, this is going to be 14.4 inches long. Okay? So, when I go back to my figure, this should be 14.4, 12.5, and 7.3. Alright. Okay, it says the dimensions of the board. How many square inches again, that's how I had to change it, of hard plastic. So I'm only wanting lateral surface area. Only lateral. So I have to find surface area pH. So I have to find perimeter and height. Okay, sketch your bottom of your figure, which is this right here. So, sketching your figure, this is 14.4, this is 12.5, or 12.4, 14.4, 12.4. So, add that up. Okay, 53.6. Okay, and then the height is 7.3. That's going back to my figure. So I multiply those together. I have to put them in. And essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to multiply that 53.6 times 7.3, and my answer should be 391.28 cubic inches, or excuse me, square inches. Now, two things went wrong with, or two things are hard about this question. First, I have to do this conversion before I do anything else. And then I would draw it so you know what your base is going to be, because this is a lateral surface area question. Okay, number 9. Keith wants to paint 3 cubes for the 4th of July. Keep that in mind. It says 3. Alright, he paints 1 red, 1 blue, 1 white. He only wants to paint the top and the 4 sides. So he wants only this, but not the bottom, because it's going to be sitting. So the dimensions of the cube are shown below. So what formula would be used to paint one box? Okay, so it is surface area. Normally, my formula is pH plus 2B. But I multiply by 2 because I'm talking about this base and this one. But do I need that bottom base? No. So instead, I just need one base. I only need to multiply by the area of the base once. So the one I'm going to use is pH plus base. Okay? and this is for one box. If I was trying to do it for more than one box, I would have to take all of that times 3. Okay? Now, here we go on to total surface area. So, go back to the problem and let's actually solve it. PBH. So, it tells me it's 3 by 3. So, perimeter is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So that's 12. The area is 3 times 3, so 9. And the height of the figure is 3. So if I'm putting in for this right here, for just one, I would do 12 times 9. Oops, excuse me. 12 times 3 plus 9. Okay? But remember, I have 3 boxes I have to do this with. So I'm going to do this, all of it, times 3. And I'm going to do it 2 ways so you can see how it works. Alright, so I'm going to first just type it in like this. So 3 parentheses, 12 times 3 plus 9, close parentheses, and I get the answer of 135. Or I could just use this formula and then multiply by 3. So let's do that. 12 times 3 plus 9 times 3 again. See, I got 135 both times. So my answer is 135 feet squared for all 3 boxes. For all 3 boxes. Alright, number 10. The volume is this. So we know we're doing something with volume. And the diameter is this. Okay? We know if we can find a diameter, or if we have a diameter, we can find the radius. So what the equation can be used to find the height of the figure. So my formula is this. And I want to find the height. Just like we talked in a previous question, if I know the volume and I can figure out the height, or the base, the area of the base, I can find it. So what equation could be used? Well, can I not take my volume, that I already know, equals, alright, and again it's a cylinder, so the formula for this is pi r squared. So it would be pi times 9 divided by 2, because remember, if we can have a diameter, we can figure out a radius. So if my diameter is 9, my radius would be 4.5 because I divided by 2, times, or squared, times the height. So, in essence, you're taking all of this and dividing it by that to figure out the height. Okay? So, let's simplify this a whole lot, because that's a lot of crazy things. So, this is 3.14. We already said that this was 4.5 squared times the height. Okay, let's take all of this and multiply it. 3.14 times 4.5 squared. Boom. So, times the height. Yes, these numbers are big and scary, but they're not too bad. So now we're going to divide on both sides. This goes away and you're left with just h. So 6, and notice all that has changed between these two numbers is the decimal. That is going to mean the answer is going to be a power of 10. See? 10. So the height is 10 centimeters. Now, they want the lateral surface area, and then they want the total surface area. So, now we found the height. We already have the area of the base, which is, I'm going to write it over here, 63.5. Now, they want us to take those two informations and use it to find the lateral surface area. Okay? So, lateral surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r times h. Okay? So, go back to this. Here's your r. The height is 10 times 3.14 times 2. So, let's do it. 2 times 3.14 times 4.5 times 10. And your answer is, and it's centimeters squared this time. Okay? Now let's go and find total. The formula is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Okay? I'm going to simplify some stuff. We've already found out this. So this is going to be 282.6. Okay, that is already found. We did that earlier. Okay? And I said 2 times, this is the big base, which is how we found that was pi r squared. So this is 63.585. So now we can just simplify that. Oops. Okay. So 282.6 plus 2 times 63.8585. Enter, and your answer is 409.77. So, guys, this is a lot of work. I know it is. But keep in mind what they want. They want you to be able to use the formula, solve to get something, and then use that information to reapply it. That's what they want from you. Okay. Last question is the volume of the cone question. So what is the volume of the cone and what's the volume of the cylinder? So you look for in your formula chart and it's 1/3 big base times height. Now remember, circles have a formula of pi r squared. That's our formula times the height times 1/3. Okay, let's plug all that stuff in. So it's still 1/3. Pi is just pi. The radius, if I look at the cone shape, is 1.3 squared. And then the height, they tell us for both of them, is 8. So plug it in. Okay, so volume is, we're going to say 1415. We're just going to approximately. Okay, and so that is the volume of the cone in inches cubed. Now to the cylinder. Same thing, except you don't have to multiply by 1/3. So the volume is still 3.14 times 1.3 squared times 8. Okay, I just retyped everything that I already had, and I'm just going to delete this stuff. And I get the volume is 42, I'm going to go 45. Okay? Inches cubed. Alright, then it says, what is the ratio? Well, remember cylinders to cones, where it is, a cylinder to a cone is 1/3, or a cone is 1/3 of the size of a cylinder. So a cylinder, or a cone, is 1/3 a cylinder. And then the opposite way, a cylinder is 3 times a cone. Okay, that was fast and furious, but thank you guys. Bye.